Hello, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. But you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below and just let me know that this is the first time you're seeing this or hearing my voice so that we can say hi and have like a real conversation. I know that those are very rare on the internet these days, but I'm old and I like to have real conversations with people. Not necessarily over a physical cup of coffee, but just an actual human being interchange. I find that more and more the internet and the world is getting so loud and so noisy with messenger bots. I can't tell you how many messages I get a day. My email, I'm going to admit, confession here, I have 2 email accounts and they are both inundated with messages. I mean, like thousands. I think there's 10,000, at least 10,000 emails in my one inbox and probably 8 or so thousand in the other one. And that's with them divided into the 3 folders. Most people complained when Google made the 3 folder thing, but I personally love it because I almost never look in my promotions tab or in my social tab, and the only one I look at is my primary tab. And there's still, I think, almost 6,000 messages yesterday in my primary tab of my main email, and I think another 5 or so in the other one. And that's because I follow a lot of people and I do a lot of things and I use it as a tool to find out how things work, but it makes when I really need to find emails and I'm expecting something for somebody a little complicated. I think I have to use this strategy that one of my mentors taught me, to have an email that you do your, that just sign up for lists and you get other people's information in, and then you have one that's your primary email that you use just for the like important communication, like bills or family stuff that's coming in that they need you to know, or if somebody died. I'm like usually the last to know if someone dies because I miss it in my email, which, come on, really, if somebody dies, don't you think you could pick up the phone and give me a call? My family's notorious for that. People close to us will die and no one bothers to tell me. Like the other day, my grandma was in the hospital and I found out a day later because nobody picks up the phone and calls me and says, "Hey, grandma's in the hospital." Hello, I'd like to know. Maybe I could help. Or maybe they just think I'm too busy and I wouldn't help. I don't know. That's silly, right? So, today, first thing I woke up thinking was about a troll I got yesterday. I actually, and I'm sure I've had people before say mean things, but yesterday I did a live webinar, which, come on, if you haven't done a live webinar, or if you have, you know how much work they are and how hard they are. And then when you're first starting out doing them, they're pretty nerve-wracking, and no matter how experienced you are in your topic, it's a different format. For me, it's a different format. I'm so used to dealing with people one-on-one and looking them in the face and talking to them that the webinar format, doing something online, is really, it's a different thing for me. So I need to practice. So I practiced one yesterday, and somebody put on there that it was a scam. And I'm like, what do you mean it's a con? They didn't call it a scam. They called it a con. And I'm like, what do you mean it's a con? Here I pour out my heart and soul in some of my stories. It's my life. And somebody says it's a con. And I know that there's people out there that are trolls and they just want to trash on whatever it is that you're trying to do. But like everybody else, I'm still like, really? And I went and I looked at the person's page and I'm like, this person didn't have a picture on there, no profile picture, no information about themselves. All they were doing was sharing in their feed stuff and videos from other people in other places, and all of it was negative and ridiculous. And so all I did was I went back to my page, I deleted the comment, and I blocked the person because it looked like a fake profile or a profile that's out there just to mess with people and be a troll. So I laughed about that a little bit, and I put a post on Facebook that said I got my first troll today, because I kind of felt like if somebody's going to troll me, maybe they're paying attention. And I actually sadly got excited about having a troll. And I know I'm kind of laughing about it now, but I'm like, it's funny. I don't understand what makes people tick that they want to go out of their way to hurt other people. And I know there's a lot of fake crap on the internet and a lot of fraudulent people. But man, I'm old and I've been doing stuff for a long time. I am definitely not a fake. And if you look at me, or if you look around for me, or if you Google my name or Pajama Grandma, I've made like as afraid as I am of making videos, I made like 1,000 of them just this year. That's frightening, right? That's really scary that 1,000 little pieces of me are out on the internet. So if you really want to find out anything about me in particular, or anybody else, I mean, it's different for everybody, but I am like a freaking open book. All you have to do is go watch a few of my videos and all of who I am spews out everywhere. And sometimes it's way more than you want to know, but it's actually who I am. And I like just being who I am. I like being the pajama grandma. I like getting on video and wearing my pajamas and just saying, you know, with my funky hairdos, because half the time I've got a funky hairdo, just saying it like I see it. And if you can relate to that, great. And if you can't, Jesus, just don't watch me. You don't have to put mean comments on my stuff, especially things that I am working hard trying to figure out. These daily videos that I do, these are for me to learn how to communicate and how to share my voice and my message, mainly to find out what the heck message I want to share. Because like so many people, once we reach a certain age, we feel like we've learned so much and studied so much and done so many different things. It's like, what the heck do I share? What do people want to know? What is of value to the people that I'm talking to? Now this one's a little bit different because this is my journal of what I'm doing as I transition from all the stuff I've done before to my online businesses and my online world. So it's a little bit more about me. Okay, sorry, I admitted it. It's more about me capturing and figuring out what the hell I'm doing, because whenever we're doing a new adventure, whenever we're undertaking something that's unique and different and helping us to grow and stretch, it is an up and down learning experience. And I just wanted to document that in the hopes that it's valuable for other people, but also because there's a lot of days when you're starting your own business or when you're doing something new that you feel like you're running into a brick wall over and over and over again. And it's those days that sometimes I just want to pull up a video that I did 3 months ago, or gosh, it's already June, so 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and say, all right, well, I'm not where I want to be. I'm having a tough day, but oh my God, look what I did 6 months ago. That is so ridiculous. You actually did a video in your bathtub. What the heck were you thinking? So it gives me a chance to have some perspective, because a lot of days we don't feel like we're making progress, and we just need that to go back and look on and say, oh, I guess I have come a little bit further down the road with respect to what I'm sharing and what I'm saying and what I'm doing and what's working and what's not working. If I think back to, 6 months ago even, my online capability and my ability to do things and get things done and to create things and to share content and to help other people do that, it's light years different. I mean, I think I'm going to have to go look now, but I think I've made like 1,000 videos this year, because I do about 3 or 4 a day. I've done several challenges that are like 30-day challenges, and I do a video a day. I'm in 2 different 365-day challenge groups right now, so I do a video for that every day. And actually, I cheat, and I usually use either my daily scare share video, my pajama grandma video, or this video for one of the 365 days a year challenge. And then the other 365 day a year or 365 day daily challenge is one that they want me to share my daily scare share in. So I still do 4 a day. And usually I like to hop on and do a Facebook Live question and answer or something today too, because it's good for me. It helps me hone my skills and practice. And if I'm helping other people to get better at their online things, I think I sure ought to practice and make sure that I'm always continuously improving and making my skills better as well. And I guess not everybody thinks that or feels that way, but that's my way of thinking. I come from an engineering quality, continuous improvement, lifelong learning background that's just inherent in my being. And so I'm not only going to teach people that, but I'm also going to live that way. And I totally lost my train of thought. I must need a sip of coffee. So today, what am I working on? I think I'm going to redo that webinar that I got the troll on yesterday, because obviously, and I don't know, I think he only listened to 5 or 6 minutes of it, which was all me and all my face in my introduction and stuff. So that made it a little personal, I think, is why I'm laughing about it. Because, I mean, either you like me or you hate me. And if you hate me, please just don't watch me. Don't listen to me. If you don't think I've got anything to share, then go find somebody that does. Because guess what? There is so much wisdom and so much knowledge available to you right now, available to any of us. We can find who we relate to, who we want to relate to. I find that the people I'm watching and following and paying attention to online right now are totally different than even a month ago. And I find that fascinating. I find that there are a couple of groups right now on Facebook, for example, that I find myself going to a couple of times a day now because the content and the way they're presenting it, who they're being and showing up as on the internet is so different than the vast majority of what's out there. And I've, for a long time, understood the value of being who you are, being yourself, just being your freaking self, and the power of that. And not everybody thinks that way. And it doesn't take long to see that on the internet. Excuse the throat. I didn't have my lemon water today. I'm trying collagen water, which it finally dissolved. You put it in there and it clogs up and makes these little white blobs, and you're like, I'm never drinking that. And then you look a few minutes later, and when the water warms up, it all is in its nice clear water, and it's like, yes, I can drink that now. And collagen, I tweaked my wrist, my thumb, doing laundry. I know. Could you hurt yourself doing something exciting, Sharon? No. I think I was folding a blanket, or I was all wrapped up. You know how when you throw something in the dryer, and then sometimes if it's a big thing, it wraps a whole bunch of other stuff in it? Never seen anything like how entangled this got, which may be a metaphor for my life right now, right? Because everything is here to show us something. But I sprained my left thumb, and it's amazing how much you need our thumbs. It's not as swollen today. It still hurts. I mean, just to like pick up my cup and things. I'm like, better not do that, because knowing me, it's going to end up all over the floor. So, laundry, thumb, messages, things to show us. Life is full of it. Sometimes Pajama Grandma's full of it, and that's okay too. So today I'm working on redoing that webinar so I can see if I can get a couple of trolls. I'm going for 2 trolls today. I might start I might do a troll attracting webinar. That might just be fun as heck. Okay, now look I'm taking it to the extremes. But sometimes you just got to take stuff and have fun with it. I'm one of those people that online, I just scroll by stuff. I don't pay any attention to the politics and the negativity and stuff. Although I did find myself during the presidential election actually hiding people. I didn't really unfollow them because I'm like, I don't care about your politics. And if I'm following you and if we're friends, I like you for a reason that has nothing to do with politics. So I wouldn't, unfriend anybody or unfollow them, but I would hide them because I didn't want all that negativity and nonsense coming through into my feed and into my life. I don't have time for it. I don't have the energy for it. I need to focus my energy on taking care of myself and on my physical being and on my health and on my mental being too. So I can't let all that negativity and stuff into my life. So politics, people, don't talk to me about it, please. Religion, I'll talk to you about spirituality, but I will not talk to anyone about the pluses and minuses of any particular religion or religious belief. I have my own very strong opinions about religion and spirituality, and they're based on my experiences up to and including a death experience. And so my perspective is probably not like most people's, and that's okay. You can have your opinions and perspective and beliefs about that, and I get to have mine. And so there's some topics like that I learned in my businesses, running my brick and mortar businesses, that some of those things you just don't allow in your culture. I know that before I got involved in my Italian food manufacturing business, there was a culture of they would discuss all kinds of things and have these debates on the floor. And so I don't know about you, but some businesses, when people are talking and debating, they stop working. And in manufacturing, when you have a process that depends on everybody doing their part and there's a flow to it, if one person stops working because they're talking, guess what? The whole thing shuts down and stops working or flowing because one person's talking. And I early on discovered that if they were talking about religions or politics, it usually turned into an argument for no reason, really, none whatsoever, because everybody's got different opinions, And, they say opinions are like mouths. Everybody's got one. And that's okay. We all get to. All get to have our opinion about whatever we want, but not if it is negatively impacting other people. So I took religion and politics off the table for discussion at work. And there were a couple other things that would come up that we'd be like, yeah, guys, maybe we better not talk about that. And it was always fun because we always had spirited debates at work, but it was more fun to have spirited debates about positive things and things that were going on in the world than politics or religion. Just my opinion. You can do whatever you want in your business, but I will contend that people, one of my pet peeves is network marketing companies and companies that use religion as a way of selling their product and selling their services. Again, just my opinion, but I find it really offensive because I don't think that's a good way to segment your market, but I know that a lot of people teach that it is. Personally, I find it very off-putting. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, and I'm sure a lot of people don't, but I think it's too personal a thing. I think people's faith and their religion and their beliefs, it is too personal and too individual a thing to use as a selling tool. I was involved in a network marketing company, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago now. What's the year? I guess 5 years ago now. And I loved it. Loved the products. Still use some of them. But when the leaders of the organization started pushing their religious beliefs and God, and I love God, don't get me wrong, but that's my belief and my opinion. When they started using that in their messaging and in their messages and in every time they started talking, it was a total turnoff to me, only because I think that it felt insincere. It felt like they were using it to get people, to kind of hook people. And frankly, spirituality should never be used as a hook. Again, just my opinion. I don't know, that has nothing to do with what I'm going to be doing today, right? So I'm going to do my webinar again because I want to do my webinar again. And I'm going to do it live on Facebook Live. And I'm probably going to do it on my feed. I was going to do it on my page, but I think I'm going to do it on my feed and see if I can't get a couple of trolls. I'm also got to do my coaching program, my group coaching program lesson, because that's the first thing I do as soon as I'm done with my daily content videos. It's actually a content video. I create a video for that course every morning that talks about what we're learning today. And then I create a worksheet to go along with that. I actually did a video about this the other day, and I think some people saw it. It's a real behind the scenes, how I create my group coaching program and how I create the lessons for that. And how I actually build that into my an email series and into my membership site. Because nobody shows you this stuff. You got to figure it all out on your own technically. And I know there's a gazillion different ways of doing it, but I just wanted to actually, and I hate when people say pull back the curtain, but I just wanted to show you how I actually do it because I think that's important. And for me, I know some of the most valuable things that I've found are the tools that show me, or the videos that step by step, I can pause the video and I can say, okay, stop. I can do that one thing. And then I do the one thing, and then I play the video a little more, and I'm like, okay, now I need to do that. So then I stop the video and I do that. So I wanted to create actually a video that shows people exactly how I do that. And I've done that on a couple of things. And I guess if people find that valuable, I wish they would let me know and comment, this is what I want to see how to do. Because you guys, I know how to do lots of stuff. And so I'd love to show people behind the scenes how to do things. And I like demoing things now that I've figured out the technology. Okay, now that I've figured out the technology of actually how to show people how I do things on my screen, I love showing people how to do things. It wasn't fun before when I couldn't show anybody how to do it, and figuring out the technology of how to do it was a challenge, I admit it, but now that I figured it out, I love showing and telling people how to do stuff. So if you have a technical question about how to do something online or on your website, especially if it's ClickFunnels related, or how to do it on your auto, and I only know Aweber, and I don't know that very well. I do know Actionetics really, really well. So if you know what I'm talking about, and you know what Actionetics is, and if you know what ClickFunnels is, I can show you how to do almost anything on those things. And I will show you how I do it, because what I found with amazing pieces of software like that, or like this, is that there is more than one way to do things. Can you believe it, you guys? There's more than one way to do things in the universe. Amazing, right? So I found several different ways of doing things. So when you ask me to show you how to do something, I'm going to show you my way, the way I do it. Now, I might show you a couple different ways if there's a couple different ways that I've discovered, but I'm always going to show you the easiest way because I am all about time saving and efficiency and automation. So if there's a quick, easy, fast way of doing it, and I figured it out, and I'm doing that every day as I'm processing my content and doing things online, I'm always looking for a more streamlined, efficient way of doing it, or a way that I can find that's a trick or a strategy that makes it faster and easier for me. And I think if that's valuable for you, great, let me know and I'll be glad to share it. I'm done talking. I've got stuff to do today. I want to drink my coffee and unclog my throat. So go out and make it a fantastic day. If you need anything, just comment. Let me know. It's easy to find me. I'm on a lot of different social media platforms. Now, I might be on there as Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. I might be on there as Sharon Horne. And I might be on there as Pajama Grandma. But you can find me. You can always comment on this video. Or if you're just hearing my voice on the podcast, you can always comment on the podcast and let me know. Because I'm here to help. I like that. It's why I exist, is to help people figure out what it is that they need to make their life work and make their business work. Mostly business, because I'm really good at business, but I'm not always 100% good at life, right? I'm good at my life, but I'm definitely not good at your life. Only you can master your life. All right. Have a terrific day. I will see you tomorrow with another episode in What the Heck's She Up To Now? Because I need to keep track of what the heck I'm doing. Bye.